Welcome in everyone on this Wednesday. A little update on your weather. We are now above freezing. This is the second day we've gone above freezing, throughout the afternoon, at least a little bit. Not much, right? Only 34 degrees, so 2 degrees above freezing. But it is slowly at least helping out just a small amount here with some of the melting going on. Some of those back roads, though, they look like they haven't been touched. And since the event started, those shaded secondary roads still very snowed, and I should say sleet, a lot of sleet there rather than snow. But we did have some snow, and it kind of mixed over to sleet. 37 in Memphis and 34 in Jackson, and we've got temperatures throughout the area above freezing. Areas north, though, like Paris and Ridgely, still just right there at the freezing mark. But nevertheless, the sun has been able to kind of get in there and kind of heat things from underneath, kind of the greenhouse effect that shines through some of that snow and then heats from underneath, and it melts a little bit of it. That's why the roads can continue to improve a little bit even when it's below freezing. Winds are out of the west, about 6 to 10 miles per hour. Radar and satellite are clear, but we do have a little bit of snow flurry activity north of us today. You can see those clouds out to the west kind of gearing up with our next system. I know I said a next system, but it looks like it's going to be minor here with just some snow flurries and light snow showers possible. Thursday night into Friday, accumulations look to be very low, less than a quarter inch to nothing. I don't expect much out of that. Nevertheless, we're going to be keeping a close watch on it as we continue with this, but models are indicating some scattered areas of light snow or flurries there late Thursday night into the day Friday. Road conditions, well, if you look at Memphis here, not too bad on the main roads, but again, that center area, a lot of that will melt, kind of run off onto the main road and refreeze, so we're going to have those icy situations each morning. Kind of a cool looking picture out of Memphis, or I should say Savannah, right there at the overpass. You can see the icicles there in the forward view and the overpass there in the background. Still quite a bit of sleet and ice there on the ground in the Savannah area. Three-way, which took home some of the larger totals. By the way, our highest totals just north of Humboldt, we had like up to 10 inches of a sleet snow variety. So quite a few inches across the area. And when I was looking over totals, it lined up pretty good with our forecast map that we had laid out. Now, by far the greatest hit areas as far as accumulations, this is the satellite view showing from 22,500 miles in outer space. Look at that. I've outlined West Tennessee, North Mississippi, East Arkansas in the deep blue color. That is by far where we saw the greatest accumulation of this whole event. Now, if you look at the Ohio Valley, you look out towards Oklahoma and Texas, not nearly as much being seen there from the satellite view. Now, what this doesn't account for is the areas that receive mainly only freezing rain, like in other parts of northeast Mississippi, and as we know, northwest Alabama got hit very hard with power outages as well. That's not going to show up as good on satellite, but I wanted to show you that out of the whole country, it was West Tennessee and surrounding areas that got hit. Now, here's that little disturbance that we're watching closely that's going to be swinging down through here on Thursday night and Friday. It looks very limited as a little low pressure, almost a little clipper-like system, which doesn't typically carry much moisture, will be heading our way. All right, power outages. Looking better. Here's the Sunday map, which is upper left. And then right here beside me, you see those counties looking a lot better. We're seeing a lot less counties lit up and lower numbers. So the power crews are trying to get to everybody as fast as they can. I'm still getting reports of outages, Adamsville over near Savannah. And I'm telling people, we were without over a week in the ice storm of 94. And it just takes time because the thunderstorm will come through. It may just damage one little section of the power lines. This was trees down over multiple areas of the power lines, multiple power lines pulled down, power poles, so they're kind of having to rebuild some of those sections of the power grid there, and it takes time, even with help from outer states that are coming in and large numbers of power crews. It just takes time. And then you got the below freezing for most of the time, like this evening dropping right back down into the mid-teens. That doesn't help either. Of course, the state did allow TDOT to be able to clear secondary roads and county roads. That's going to be a big help to help the power crews kind of move around and get to those areas a little faster. So we appreciate all of our linemen and our power workers that are working hard too. Notice in our 7-day, we will go back to the 40s tomorrow, so that should help out quite a bit. But then, unfortunately, dropping back into the single digits over the weekend, and highs only going to be up to about 19 to 20 on Saturday. Now, we will warm back finally to the mid 40s by around Monday, Tuesday of next week, and that's when I think we'll really start to see the back roads and secondary roads really start to improve. That's an update for you. We'll have more along the way. Thanks for tuning in here to West Tennessee Weather. I'm meteorologist Brian Davis.